So I'm out at public land here, heading in to check my trail cams, and I'm going to move one of them. I've been wanting to move it for probably over a month. Okay, so funny thing, as I was walking in and wanting to move a camera but not being able to, it made me realize why. It's because I have my trail cameras attached to the tree with a wire cable, and I need a screwdriver to undo the wire cable. And as you just saw, I was just leaving the truck again for a second time. Can you guess why? I hope I'm not the only one out there who would forget his head if it wasn't attached to his shoulders. So anyway, I had to run back to the truck, get a screwdriver. So here we go. We're heading back in. Some old buck poop. That's a good sign. Maybe I got a buck on here. Well, unfortunately, that camera only had 2 pictures on it, and one was me. So I'm not happy about that. So that camera came down, and I am on my way now to find a new spot to put this camera. So let's see what we can find. Alright, this is really cool, but I was looking on onX and HuntStand, my 2 apps, and trying to find an area on the bottom of this little lake, and I found what looked like a clearing, but it's probably got a lot of overgrowth, and came out into this open field. Well, I just came down from that field into a little wooded area on the backside of that small lake. If I can find some buck activity in here, I might put my camera up on this heavy deer run and we'll see what happens. Well, I've really gotten myself in here pretty deep and pretty hemmed in by just how thick it is. I really don't know if I can go any further. But in the meantime, I did find some good sign. I found 2 or 3 different spots of buck droppings. I also think I found one old rub. It would have been a year or two old, but I think I've seen enough sign back in here that I think could have a decent buck in here. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to put this camera out here somewhere. Well, this is that area I showed you a few minutes ago where I came in off the field, a weedy field, and I did just find an old rub. It's not super new, but an old rub right here. There's a trail going through right here. There's a trail going through right here. The trail forks right here. And another one goes that way. I might find a spot right here to put this camera. Alright, so I'm back at the truck and about to head to my next spot. Anyway, this last camera that I just checked, I ended up having 39 pictures on it. Probably 35 of those pictures had deer in them. Heading into my next camera. Pretty excited about this camera. This is the camera that I usually have the most buck pictures on, at least for summertime travel routes. I know that's probably gonna change come fall, but hopefully it won't. Alright, well, besides getting torn up by mosquitoes, I'm right here on the lake. I'm super excited. That's my trail camera right here behind me, and it was a hike to get here, but I tell you what, it was flipping worth it. I got a real nice shooter buck on there, real nice shooter buck. I think I counted 11 points. He's got a kicker, double brows. So I'm gonna get out of here. I don't wanna leave my scent in here, but I picked a good spot for this camera, so I'm super excited. I'll post a picture of the buck in the video. All right, I'm out of here. I keep thinking about that buck picture. I'm super excited. I went on to onX and I'm doing a onX tracker to get me out of here without leaving as much scent as possible and without crossing a lot of deer sign. That way I can come back in here in the dark and just follow my tracks. I have other bucks on some of my trail cams, but not like this one. This buck is definitely the buck I'm after this year. I definitely wish I owned a kayak. The best way to access this spot right here is via kayak or canoe and come into it on the water. Any wind out of the south, any wind at all, southeast, south, southwest, doesn't matter. Any wind out of the south puts me in the game on this buck. The trail I'm walking in right now could also put me in the game. I'm staying as close to the edge of the woods. I'm staying as close to the lake as possible. That way my scent blows out across the lake. Hopefully I can get a kayak or a canoe and not have to walk through these woods, because I really want to hunt this buck. So, alright, I gotta get out of here. Okay, how can you not be excited when you got a good buck on your trail cam? There was actually two of them. I'm gonna have to throw the pics up on the iMac, and got a nice big screen. I'll zoom in and take a look at both of them a little closer. The other one might be a shooter too. Might have two shooters in there. But for sure, I got one nice buck and I'm super excited. And I'm back at the truck and I'm sweating. It's been a good day. I'm ready to get a drink and head home. So hopefully you guys are getting some good scouting in, some good trail cam pics, and the outlook looks good for you guys this year. So, all right, I'm gonna head home and take a closer look at these pictures. We'll see you.